Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Your Honor, this is on the docket as Kai Dugan. He's already letting me remind the court that his name is Zealot. So I'll go ahead and start with that.
I'm sorry, what name do you wish to go by?
My name's Zealot. It's already confirmed at the jail.
The defendant was arrested back in 2014 on these charges and pled to 6 years, but has been in jail since April of 2019. My calculations have him having been in jail for, as of the writing of this, 2,468 days on a maximum sentence of 2,190 days. And
So in other words, you're saying that Mr. Zealot has flattened his sentence and should be released.
And for obvious reasons, the court needs to be aware and is aware, y'all have ordered that he be committed indefinitely. And so one of the reasons this has taken so long is because we thought he would be at Middle Tennessee Mental Health Institution.
They took me there already recently after discharging me. They had no paperwork, brought me back, and never even readmitted me. I don't even know how you got my name again. I was already discharged. Beckham and Seagal was present. Signed myself all the way out. They drove me to Nashville. No paperwork, brought me back, and no admission whatsoever. They're using a green dot card flopping over. They're wearing a shirt that says 1803. Abraham Lincoln must be born and executed before Tennessee exists. That was in 1855. Their shirts are direct lies. The person that was in here had teeth removed on the other side. We got medical records, and there was 2 Kai Dugans in Dixon, and the one before died in 2013, and he had surgery on his right arm, not his left. This is actually known in government facilities. They can't even pass a simple question about how to get food stamps because they won't pull up any documents on government. They're scared shitless to. And I insist on it on a regular basis. You can prove every bit of this shit.
All right, Mr. Zealot, let me ask you a couple of questions. Number one, where will you go if you are released?
For one, Wanda Dugan is not my mother, so that's already been confirmed at the jail.
I'm just asking you, Mr. Zealot, we're not talking to Kai Dugan.
Call it independent rogue salutation.
And
have them show up and deal with it. But you're dealing with an international matter if you want to use the original Kai Von Dugan. He's from the Dominican Republic. So you're committing international war right now.
I am.
If you want to refer to the original Kai Von Dugan, there was 2 in Dixon. 2.
Understand.
And the one that actually came here to the courtroom and actually saw you had a head the size of a basketball. What did I do? Get a bone graft?
The court finds that Mr. Dugan's criminal case has been concluded by the expiration of his sentence and more time served than what the sentence would have imposed. But as was pointed out, I previously signed an order civilly committing the individual Kai Dugan, also known as Zealot, to the Middle Tennessee Mental Health Center based upon this court's finding that he is not competent at the present time. We need a show cause order to show cause the director of the Middle Tennessee Mental Health Center to show cause why they have not complied with the court's civil commitment of this individual. The court's well aware of the fact that this is a continuing problem. The local news has been covering the story of an individual who was in the same situation, who was supposed to have been civilly committed, or at least having been found incompetent to stand trial on criminal charges. There was an attempt made, from my understanding, to try to rehabilitate that person, bring them to be competent. And as a result of that, it was unsuccessful, and apparently the individual is now charged with killing an individual in Davidson County. So I'm going to err on the side of caution, and I know you have a motion for habeas corpus. I'm reserving that ruling on that until after we have that hearing on the 21st. We're going to start with the Kai Dugan matter, and then Mr. Sanders is back, so we'll start in on the sentencing hearing after that. Matter of State versus Kai Dugan, also known as Zealot. Zealot.
I hope I spelled it right.
Z-E-A.
How do you spell Zealot, Mr. Mitchell? You're his
Spell it.
former attorney.
Just like a zealot, Zealot.
Okay. Do we have General Wojciechowski? Is she with us as well? Good morning, General.
Morning.
All right, this was set for today especially for us to consider the motion or the actual writ of habeas corpus that Mr. Mitchell had filed, along with the show cause order that I'd issued to the director of the Department of, or the Middle Tennessee Mental Health Center to explain why they had not taken Mr. Dugan, also known as Zealot or Zealot. Is it Zealot? Is that what he prefers?
He says zealot. It's
Okay. Spelled like zealot, but it's spelled he pronounces it Zealot. In any event, Mr. Zealot has now been transported after much communication between Mr. Mitchell and my assistant and the attorney for the Middle Tennessee Mental Health Center. It's my understanding that they have now acknowledged and taken Mr. Dugan, also known as Zealot, to Middle Tennessee Mental Health Center on the civil commitment that I previously ordered. Is that correct, Mr. Mitchell?
That's correct, Your Honor, and he should be there right now.
Then, General, under those circumstances, I'm going to essentially grant the writ of habeas corpus by dismissing the remaining criminal charges against Mr. Dugan, which was a violation of probation based upon the fact that he's already served more time than his sentence was required. So the criminal action is dismissed. The civil commitment remains, and he is now in the custody of the Department of or the Middle Tennessee Mental Health Center for treatment, hopefully to allow him to have some sort of treatment that may get him back to reality. So, is there anything else? Is there anything else we need to do for Mr. Dugan's case?
I believe
I
that's
don't think so.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I want to thank you, Mr. Mitchell, for your help because you have been instrumental in trying to follow up on this. And I truly believe, having read your letter to the attorney for the Middle Tennessee Mental Health Center, that your explanation, and along with the transcript that Ms. Billingsley, my court reporter, prepared on her own volition to go ahead and let the Middle Tennessee Mental Health Center know what his actual condition was. I think all of those things help to remedy this situation. So thank you for your above and beyond the duty that you had towards him on the criminal case, continuing to help him when he needed help. So thank you, Mr. Mitchell.
Thank you, Judge.
Anything further, General? And thank you for your patience in dealing with that as well. So.
No, Judge, I second what you said about Mr. Mitchell. I wrote him after he wrote the letter to the attorney and said he said it perfectly. So.
It was my thought, and I think Ms. McKinney had the same feeling that when she showed it to me, it was all of us agreed that letter carried with it everything that needed to be said and in a way that I think that it brought to light the Middle Tennessee Mental Health Center's failures. So thank you for your help, and that will conclude this hearing. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.